Hello VIDES, my name is Kirsten and I volunteered in Honduras from August 2014 to September 2015. I taught Spanish and PE at an elementary school, Escuela Maria Mazzarello. In addition, I was a caregiver to las internas, the 25 girls who lived with us Monday through Friday. Today I'd like to share with you a story from mid-April 2015 of a family close to our hearts. A gang in a nearby neighborhood had demanded that the two older sisters of one of my fourth graders join them for a satanic sacrifice in 2 weeks. Yes, you heard that right. More than likely, both girls would be violently raped and killed. Unbelievable, right? I mean, this is the stuff of horror stories. Making matters worse, everyone's hands were tied. If the girls did not go quietly, their whole family would be punished as an example to others. Only 2 days after learning of this issue, gracias a Dios, or thanks be to God, we would be able to get my student, her sisters, and their mother safely out of the city. The plan would require them to start over far away, and it would be very difficult, but much better than the current situation. If everything were to go as planned, it would also keep everyone else who was involved, either directly or secondarily, out of harm's way. The success of this proposed plan hinged on the girls' mother agreeing to their departure. Several days later, the difficulty of the situation was exacerbated. Maybe I'm naive, but I really thought that the greatest need in this situation was just finding a safe place for the girls and their family to get away to. Within days of the demand from the gang, the mother and the eldest daughter were presented with the plan. At this point, the daughter was the only one in their family who knew the full extent of the gang's demands. You'd think that, despite a few initial concerns and reservations, the mother would have agreed wholeheartedly. She didn't. She didn't want to leave her life, her home, her eldest son, and her own mother. The director of my community, Patti, quickly realized that she would have to be more frank. She and another director explained the situation with the gang in the family's neighborhood, with the eldest daughter's confirmation of what the gang promised would come to pass to the 17-year-old and 14-year-old girls. Well, if that's God's will, then I suppose they'll just have to go to the gang, was the mother's reply. My mind was blown. Try as they might, the director simply couldn't get the mother to see that her daughter's deaths at the hands of the gang were more than likely not God's will. It turned into a negotiation. The mother finally agreed to think about leaving the city with her daughters, but only if her son and mother could go as well. It wasn't until the day before the 2 weeks was up that the mother agreed to go away, as long as the whole family could go along too. Directly the following day, they all met at our school to be whisked away with the fewest possessions possible to a new place far away. While this situation is nearly impossible to come to grips with, it's even harder to understand why a mother wouldn't immediately jump leaps and bounds to protect her children. It's been a question on my mind for the past year. Trying to help put things in perspective, Patti asked me to step into the shoes of the mother. Her eldest son was recently murdered. She's lived a lifetime full of dire hardships, ones that most of us are far too fortunate to even fathom. She's very reserved and shy, hardly opening herself up, even to people she knows and trusts. Her family is incredibly close-knit, and in times of hardship and need, they take comfort in one another. After seriously considering the mother's struggles, I imagine she must be in shock. It must be something akin to learned helplessness. Please keep the people of Honduras and all those struggling in similar environments close to your hearts. It hurts us less to remove ourselves from the suffering of others, but it definitely doesn't help them. It wasn't until I watched the family drive away that I realized that despite this particular dodged bullet, they will continue living in fear and pain of the unrelenting struggles that are so prevalent in the marginalized populations of all developing countries. My time as una voluntaria taught me an ocean of things. I feel blessed and am grateful to have been molded by the teachings, prayers, and hospitality of the Salesian sisters. My glimpse into the material poverty that so many in our world experience was life-changing, and the lessons I learned continue to be present in my own daily life. Thank you.